Elon Musk, the wild card in Trump's dealing with China. Do the billionaire's long-standing ties to Beijing represent a diplomatic opportunity or a clash of political and business interests? Donald Trump is set to begin his second term in the White House surrounded by China hawks. His pick for Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, has campaigned against Chinese influence and championed crackdowns on tech groups such as Huawei. Michael Waltz, the incoming National Security Advisor, calls China an existential threat. However, one of the president-elect's closest advisors has a much more complicated relationship with China, Elon Musk. The South Africa-born billionaire and self-styled first buddy to Trump has emerged as a potentially significant yet unpredictable player in the relationship between the world's two superpowers. Musk's business empire sits across a minefield of possible conflicts on issues of national security, tech competition, supply chain, and free speech, as well as the future of Taiwan. The world's richest man has deep connection to top Chinese Communist Party leaders and is in the middle of lobbying Beijing over important decisions for his $1 trillion electric vehicle business, Tesla. This is a chart about the Shanghai account for more than 40% of Tesla car manufacturing capacity. Installed annual vehicle capacity, Shanghai is the biggest one, 950,000. In China and the US, we have California, Texas, and also in the Europe, we have Berlin. Tesla has received billions of dollars in cheap loans, subsidies, and tax breaks from the Chinese government. The car maker is highly dependent on its Shanghai factory, the biggest in its global network, for not only selling to the country of 1.4 billion people but also exporting its China-made cars to other parts of the world. Most China's suppliers, especially in batteries, are also crucial to the company's global manufacturing operation, including in the US. But the administration Musk is to join as efficiency czar seem ready to follow through on Trump's campaign threat of a sharp increase in tariffs on all Chinese import into the US, a decision that could dramatically impact Tesla business. Musk could potentially provide a critical bridge between China and the US and the Trump administration, say Philip Hawkins. There are already signs that Musk's influence may extend to America's relations abroad, such as his presence on a post-election phone call between Trump and Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky. Given the stakes for Tesla, the entrepreneur might be expected to act as a moderating influence on Trump's planned tariffs. Hawkins add and how much or for how long market ignore potential conflict of interest ranging from political responsibilities to governance and compensation is unclear. There is clear evidence of political pressure over Musk's potential conflict. Two Democratic senators have sought a federal investigation into Musk's reported communication with Russian leader Vladimir Putin, raising concern over Musk's high-level security clearance and billions of dollars in US government funding. While there is a long history of businessmen acting as middlemen between Beijing and Washington, few, if any, have had more at stake than Musk. Other parts of his empire run directly into points of tension between the US and China. SpaceX, his commercial rocket and satellite business, has drawn sharp criticism from China's military analysts who see the company and its vast network of Starlink satellites as part of the American military expansion into space. And X, the social media platform, is banned in China. Yang-Q Wang, research director for China at Freedom House, a US-based advocacy group, warns that Beijing has become very deft at manipulating foreign business leaders, including leveraging their company's access to the country, to compel them to toe the Communist Party line, she warns. Musk is not only vulnerable to Beijing pressure given his extensive business interests in China, he also seems to genuinely enjoy close relationship with China authoritarian leaders, he say. This dynamic creates ample opportunities for the CCP to influence Trump's China policy. 5 years ago, Musk secured funding for what was at the time Tesla's most ambitious project, a factory building electric vehicle in a special free trade zone on Shanghai eastern outskirts. The prospect of facilitating the loan sparked fierce competition among Chinese banks. Some lobbied the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology, one of Tesla regulator in Beijing, to be added to the list of approved lenders. From the bankers' point of view, the deal was not only financially fail-proof, but it was also an opportunity to demonstrate alignment with Beijing's supportive green industrial policy. In the end, loans totaling nearly 1.4 billion came from consortium of some of the country's biggest state-owned lenders: China Construction Bank, Agricultural Bank of China, Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, and Shanghai Pudong Development Bank. The interest rate on the debt was pegged at 90% of China's one-year benchmark interest rate, a discount that state lenders usually offer to their base client, almost always other Chinese group. The special treatment went further. Mas successfully convinced CCP leaders, including Li Qiang, that the Shanghai party boss and now China's premier and number 2 ranked leader, that Tesla needed to own its China business outright. For the auto industry, this marked an unprecedented change from Beijing, which had always required joint ventures between foreign and local Chinese car makers. Everybody knew it was the number 1 project for Shanghai, even for China, that year, says a Shanghai-based credit officer involved in the deal. With full support from the government, there is no way for us to record any losses. No deals are better than that. The land for Tesla factory has been leased from the Shanghai government for 50 years. The company, which did not respond to questions from the FT, has not disclosed the price tag. In 2018, the Shanghai Municipal Bureau of Planning and Land Resources said a plot of land was leased for 973 million renminbi, or around 145 million US dollar, well below market prices at the time. According to Tesla, the company has met requirements set by Shanghai to spend 14 billion renminbi on the plan by 2023 and receive additional grant funding of 76 million US dollar from the city government the year before. One Beijing-based government policy advisor described Tesla to the Financial Times as probably still one of the most subsidized EV makers in China. The relationship has been mutually beneficial. For Musk, the Shanghai factory is Tesla's biggest, producing millions of cars and delivering revenues of $54 billion over the past 3 years, accounting for 23% of its total sales. Tesla has also said its new adjacent factory, building battery packs for electricity storage, is on track to start production in the first quarter of 2025. He is very pro-China, always has been, says one former senior Tesla executive who worked closely with Musk for more than a decade. The perception that China is trying to screw the US that is not shared by Tesla. For China, the project delivers hundreds of millions in tax annually, at the time slowing economic growth. Tesla also paid back his cheap loan in 2021. But more importantly to Xi Jinping economic planner, the rapid delivery of Tesla high-tech factory helped turbocharge the nation's nascent electric vehicle industry, both in terms of the local supply chain and popularizing the EV among retail consumers. Chinese policymakers had dreamed for 20 years of a domestic auto industry, but the inflection point was Tesla launch in Shanghai, say Bill Russo. Just like the iPhone unleashed a host of Chinese smartphone companies, the Tesla Model 3 initially unleashed the Chinese EV wave. Over the past 5 years, Tesla global operations have deepened their reliance on Chinese suppliers, whose scale, efficiency, and level of automation have become world-leading. With Trump warning of massive tariffs against import from Mexico and all of America's trading partners, Musk has already moved quickly to protect Tesla by ramping up production in the US and posing plans to build a factory in Mexico, which would partly make cars for the US market. But even then, his company remains deeply exposed to American protectionism. Tina Hou, who leads China auto research for Goldman Sachs, estimates that more than 90% of Tesla suppliers for the Shanghai factory are Chinese, and when Tesla builds factories overseas, these suppliers increasingly go out with Tesla. According to Mexican officials, dozens of Tesla suppliers have set up operation in Mexico, including Chinese group. Musk is also working with its Chinese battery supplier CATL for technology at Tesla Nevada battery factory. In late April, Musk made his most recent China visit, meeting Premier Li and other leaders in Beijing as part of an effort to ease concern among Chinese regulators over the national security risk posed by cars that collect and process data related to Chinese drivers and their surroundings. Steve Orlins, president of the National Committee on U.S.-China Relations, says one measure of Musk's strong understanding of China's system is the decision, following Musk's April tip, to overturn a ban on the use of Tesla on Chinese government properties. How many US companies have succeeded in getting ban rescinded? Those guys, whether it's Musk or his operating team, somebody gets the system. Because that, in my experience, is pretty rare and remarkable, says Orlin. Still, the future success of Musk's business in China hangs on obtaining and maintaining regulatory approval for his FSD platform, the company's semi-autonomous driving software. Musk believes his pivot to autonomous driving and artificial intelligence could boost Tesla market valuation as high as $5 trillion, 5 times higher than today. But he is also racing against a clutch of rival Chinese car makers and tech groups, from BYD, XPeng, and NIO to Baidu, Xiaomi, and Huawei, who are all developing similar technologies. Now, given Musk's newfound access to the White House, a key question, according to auto industry insiders, is whether Beijing could use Tesla as leverage when negotiating with Trump, both in terms of Tesla FSD approvals and access to supplies of key components. Tesla is looking for a solution on FSD, so that could be part of the discussion on tariffs. We give you FSD, you negotiate on tariffs, say one analyst at the US brokerage. An executive at a rival automaker added, Tesla is hugely dependent on China for profitability, and Musk has direct contact with the CCP leadership. It is inevitable that he will be a piece of the puzzle. Among Chinese consumers, Tesla's rapid global success, coupled with an admiration for maverick entrepreneurship, has garnered Musk a cult following, and the nickname the Silicon Valley Iron Man. He has met Xi, the powerful Chinese leader, at least twice. May Musk, the billionaire's modeling mother, has also built a strong public profile in China with more than 500,000 followers on Xiaohongshu, China's Instagram-like platform. And yet, among defense officials in Beijing, Musk's business empire poses several questions of national security, placing Musk in conflict with the absolute priority of Xi and his leadership. A January commentary published by two authors from the People Liberation Army Premier Research Group, the Academy of Military Science War Research Institute, describes SpaceX as having a clear military focus and strategic intention that would help the US gain a competitive edge in the space arms race. Its high-density deployment severely threatened the security of other countries' space assets and affects the normal operation of their satellite, they say. The researcher added, Starshield satellite could undertake kamikaze-style attack on spacecraft and be equipped with weapon payload to carry out space strikes, posing threat to space security. Referring to the version of the Starlink satellite network that is devoted to American national security application. Musk told the FT in an interview in 2022 that Beijing has made clear its disapproval of his deployment of the Starlink network to help fortify the Ukrainian internet after the 2022 full-scale invasion. There are also signs that Musk's personal views clash with others in Trump's close orbit, who want the US to push back harder against Beijing's increased military assertiveness, including over Taiwan. In speeches and interviews over recent years, Musk has talked about his strong understanding of China's policy and his expectation of looming conflict over democratic Taiwan, which the CCP claim as part of China. There will come a point in the not-too-distant future where China's military strength in that region far exceeds US military strength in that region, Musk told the All-In Summit held in Los Angeles last year. And if one is to take China policy literally, and probably one should, then force will be used to incorporate Taiwan into China. This is what they've said. If there is not a diplomatic solution, there will be a solution by force, he said at the time. Musk, according to the former Tesla executive, is trying to reduce tension between countries and not inflame them further, but at the same time has to protect his business. Tesla is more worried about Taiwan than tariff, the former executive said, adding that Musk have been working to mitigate the impact of an embargo on China by rejigging his company's supply chain away from Taiwan. That has been true since it became clear to Elon that Taiwan to China is like Ukraine is to Russia, and there is nothing you can do to stop that inevitable outcome. Maybe that is cynical, but that is a geopolitical reality. Musk's ownership of social media platform X raises further questions over the billionaire's interaction with China and inconsistency on free speech. Wang, a Freedom House, says that Musk claimed that he is a free speech absolutist, made when he bought the social media platform in 2022, has been proved a complete sham by his acceptance of China's censorship and attacks on critics. She adds that despite all the problem with X, the platform is still used by people inside China as a way to circumvent the Chinese state's draconian censorship and internet controls. It is unclear whether the Chinese government has requested account information of X users who express critical views of the CCP and whether X has handed over such information. Given Musk's coziness with Beijing, his lack of principle on free speech and privacy rights, his penchant for authoritarian rule, this should really be a concern, Wang says. For Beijing, after years of ties with Washington at a historic low, the prospect of having an ally like Musk influencing the White House is definitely positive. Henry Hui Wang, a former senior government official and the founder of and president of the Beijing-based Center for China and Globalization, says that while Beijing is preparing for the worst, there remain hope that Trump, with the support of American billionaire like Musk, can be more pragmatic and US-China tension can be dialed back. Musk may also have to navigate pressure on his own China links from other corners of Washington. Rubio, for example, is in August co-signed a letter alleging that CATL, Tesla main battery supplier in China and with whom it is working in the US, has deep ties to the CCP and the PLA and was actively involved in bolstering Beijing military ambition, accusation that CATL has denied. Ultimately, when it comes to influencing Trump on China, there will be a jumble of views competing for the president's ear, say Andrew Gillham. On the one hand, there will still be traditional Wall Street titan and tech leaders who are seen as Beijing-friendly and don't want to rock the boat with China. And on the other hand, there are hawks such as Rubio who are ideologically anti-China and want to hammer China on all fronts. And then there is Musk. Individuals will matter. Gillham says, Musk is a wild card, his interest conflict.